Everybody, welcome aboard the Blue Heart Podcast. I'm your host, Lieutenant Joe. So recently we saw a Dallas police officer, like many other of our brother and sisters, who were ambushed and murdered. And one of the things that one of the spokesmen for the Dallas PD came out to talk about was the ability to recruit law enforcement officers. That the world we are in now is not the world of law enforcement that I was in. You know, back in the day, people were respectful to law enforcement. They didn't like getting arrested. Sure, they ran, people fought with you, but everybody kind of understood the rules. If you fought with the cops, you were going to lose. So people made better decisions. You know what I mean? In general, there's always going to be bad people who are going to do bad things no matter what. But this officer lost his life in an ambush, which is happening more and more. So why did you become a police officer? Did you become a police officer recently? Is it something you've been doing for a while and you're already invested and you got to do your time? And I talk to officers from across the country with my police training. We police train online, we do it in person. And I ask these officers everywhere. And basically the story we're getting, which I think we all understand, is we've become much more reactive than proactive because nobody wants to do their job that they're empowered to do, that society expects us to do. They go out and do their job, and it doesn't come out the way everybody wants. And next thing you know, there's all kinds of problems, and the officers can face civil penalties. They can face criminal penalties. Now, I'm not talking about a cop that goes out and purposely does the wrong thing. All right, so for all you people sitting in your basement, your underwear, taking notes about what I talk about, make sure you're crystal clear. Right? The men and women of law enforcement that are out there, they do that job every single day to protect and serve their communities, even you, believe it or not. So keep this in mind. Are there bad apples? Yes. You know, I read an article the other day about a guy who was a plumber and he killed his entire family. Does that make all plumbers bad? Of course not. Don't be ridiculous. But law enforcement is made up of men and women who have dedicated their lives to doing good for their community. How many people can say that? So this officer that gets ambushed and then the police representative talks about it and says, you know, the reality is this is hard to get people to be cops. It is. But I got to tell you, I've been here long enough to see law enforcement go from heroes to zeros and back again. And society is starting to wake up and realize that, you know, all of this, you know, defund the cops, get rid of the cops, we don't need the cops, is kind of ridiculous in a world where crime is completely out of control, where people are not safe to walk the streets. Have you seen the videos on social media? It's absolutely absurd what's going on out there. And this is the places where our family, our friends, the people in our communities have to function every single day. So I just want to take this minute to thank all of you, to think about the officers who have laid their lives down on the altar of freedom, which, as every one of us who wears the badge and carries the gun knows, that could be something you're asked to do today. So for all those naysayers, I say, shut up. I get it. We all want good cops. We want everyone to do the right thing. But police work is not a simple follow A to B to C to D. It goes sideways sometimes, not because of the officers, but because of the way people behave and the way they react. Right? And the officers are trying to deal with that. And unfortunately, when we deal with lots of those people, we're not dealing with people who are just upset that something happened. These people have weapons and they want to hurt and kill the officers, as we see time and time again. So thank you, my brothers and sisters that are out there doing the job today. I know you're having a hard time, but I think the silent majority of the nation is with you. And what you're doing is good work. So I just wanted to say that and tell you to hang in there. It will get better. Remember, be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. And we want to thank our sponsors, Blue 360 Media, Medical Essential Diagnostics. They can help you get healthy and everything you need for enhancing your career in writing, his books and all that kind of stuff, and soon to be videos and everything else. Blue 360 Media. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.